My name is Shelby Hatchett, and I am the co-owner of Calypso Boutique. We just actually celebrated our 16 years, but I have been working here for the last 4.5 years.
Okay.
So our target market is actually girls like you. We also cater towards people mostly within the 18 to 34 age demographic, and most of our customers are women.
Okay.
We sell a variety of things. We sell gifts, mostly apparel, as well as hats, puffer jackets, anything for fall, lots of game day for UK game day, and then we also just expanded into selling things for other SEC schools as well, such as Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, so on.
Is there an increase in your sales during racing season?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. We sell a lot of dresses also too, so that is a big help for us.
Do you notice how the city of Lexington is culturally impacted by Keeneland, and how?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like honestly, Keeneland as a whole and just like the whole racing and horse industry in general brings in a lot of people to Lexington. People look to a place like in Kentucky or in Louisville to just really be able to like see the horse industry and see it grow, and then also look for businesses to provide that experience of finding an outfit for Keeneland. We do collection launches for Keeneland, and then we also do mini drops of just dresses throughout the whole entire season for spring meet and fall meet.
Would you say that you notice like more sales for the Keeneland drops, or is it about the same?
I would say more sales for sure. Like we have a lot of girls that'll come in that'll be like, oh my gosh, I need a dress for Keeneland like this morning because I'm going this afternoon. So it's a big way to just get people to come in to buy a new outfit just for the occasion.
I have been in horses all my life. I used to ride and compete, but predominantly thoroughbreds. It's what I do now. So I've experience with racing, buying, selling, raising, pretty much all of it.
Or what do you do anything in the racing world, like specifically? Like, are you a part of it in any way?
Well, I own thoroughbreds.
Okay.
So, I mean, we have thoroughbreds that race on a regular basis, and then we breed thoroughbreds, and then I shortlist for people at the sales that are buying thoroughbreds, and then I pin hook thoroughbreds myself. So
What is short hook and pinless?
shortlisting is when you have a client and they're looking for a horse. So you go out based on the parameters that they're looking for, and then you look at all of the horses that are out at the sale, and then you make a short list for the prospective buyer to look at.
Gotcha.
So that's what shortlisting is. And then pin hooking is like flipping houses, kind of. So you would buy a weanling and then raise it and then sell it as a yearling, or you would buy a yearling and put it in training and sell it as a 2-year-old in training.
How did you get into this?
I always, first sale I was at, I was in a stroller. So my family's been in it. So it's in my blood.
How often have you gone to Keeneland? Or
Keeneland, the racetrack, or Keeneland,
Yes,
the sale?
Keeneland,
the
the
racetrack. I normally go 3 or 4 times a meet.
Could you talk a little bit about just what you witnessed at Keeneland, being in the racing world, but also what kind of community impact you've seen?
Well, Keeneland, I mean, it's one of the oldest tracks. So I mean, it's a tradition. There really is no better racetrack than Keeneland. Especially in the fall. As far as community, I mean, they do a lot. The race meets are once in the spring. They have like 4 weeks in the spring and 4 weeks in the fall. But then you also have all the thoroughbred sales that occur there. And the sale that they have, the September yearling sale, is the biggest one in the world. But then they also have community events all throughout the year. The gift shop's open all the time, but also training on the track happens all the time. So they have the main track and a training track, but they're very, very vested in the communities. So
how do you think Keeneland has impacted, you kind of touched on it a little bit about youth, but University of Kentucky students?
I think it has a big effect on it. I mean, there's scholarship day, and they give away tens of thousands of dollars. So they obviously encourage, and it's not just UK. I mean, the scholarships are for anybody basically that's in college. Obviously, the ones of us that are local can go as well, but they also offer several internship opportunities. They have ambassador programs that you can be part of. So they're very, very well versed in kind of what students are looking for, and they offer those opportunities. I mean,
Is there anything else, like just specifically, that you just admire about the racing world? Just in general?
I think I admire it because it's an extremely accepting industry.
Mm.
There are people that have been, multi-generations, but there's also people that are new to it, and you can always find a mentor. People are willing to help. And it's just, the horses are fantastic. And there's a lot of impact, especially too, like economic impact. People don't realize how much of a impact it has, but it's not just the immediate, like the owners or the jockeys or the farms. It's much more far reaching than that. There's a lot of research money comes, and it's research not just for thoroughbreds, but for all of the equines out there. So I think, people kind of are like, they look at it as a day at the races, but it's much more than that.
I'm Caden Mogi, and I'm currently the finance intern at Keeneland.
Tell us a little bit about what you do as a finance intern.
So I started the finance internship this fall, right before the fall race meet. And during the race meet, I assist the horseman's bookkeeper with the horseman's accounts, keeping their money where they want it, transferring it to them. When they win a race, we disperse the checks for them. So we have to get checks ready. I also help the horseman's bookkeeper post the race results, what order the horses finish, and then that's how we determine what owner's account gets the money. And that's really what I do during the race meet. I grew up around horses. My dad was a thoroughbred trainer his whole life. And then about 5 years ago, he got a job at Keeneland being the stable manager. But really, my interest was just being around it all my life. And then ever since I came to Kentucky, I'm graduating this December, so I've been at Kentucky about 4.5 years, going to Keeneland every spring and fall. It's super cool, super interesting, and just made my interest even stronger. Lexington specifically is considered the horse capital of the world. You have all the big time breeding farms that really bring in all the horse enthusiasts, and then definitely Keeneland. They call it a boutique meet since they only race 4 weeks twice a year. That definitely impacts it culturally, because everyone, when it is during those 4 weeks, they love it. Everyone tries to get out there every chance they get.
That one's huge. That's a purebred thoroughbred. Oh, look at this tongue.